Then episode 69. Baby.
I just tried to do that.
Nice.
Yours is better, though. It's very good. Very good. Fully worked. Okay. Now
Today's episode will
brought to you by
John Cena.
And the number 69.
Why is this the way it is when we record at these times? I must ask.
I mean, we've had a full day of work. You can't expect me to come out just not loopy already.
What do you want us to do? Be good?
I think I was really tired in the middle of the day, and so then I drank a bunch of caffeine, and now I'm here.
Having a whole regular weekday before this is basically like doing a double session. We're just on the second session already.
No, I think it's a different vibe, though, I would argue.
Yeah?
It is a different vibe. Like double session and weeknight evening, they're similar, but there's a distinct afternote that's different.
What is that afternote? Is it the soul crushing? I've just gone to work and came back.
It might be the cynical hint of capitalism. I think you hit the nail on the head there.
I really don't like most of my RPGs with the little cynical hint of capitalism. I think I want that in the real life. I don't want that when I'm trying to escape from it.
Jeff, I hate to tell you.
You found it.
You were in charge of this universe and you failed. Like,
I have failed you all and I apologize.
We're currently at war with Space Walmart, Jeff. I don't know what to tell you.
The worst thing is really you failed yourself.
Space Walmart needs to show up again.
They could not. I'd be fine with that.
No, I mean, you haven't really seen Space Walmart except for like maybe once.
Anyway.
Welcome, star of the seventh. Oh God,
Okay.
no!
All right,
Yeah.
Let's take that again.
Let's
From
take
the
that one more.
sleeve, please. All right, let's get that coffin. Can we get a clean record on the...
Welcome back to the Seventh Star to the Right podcast. This is session 69. We've already discussed how we're kind of doing. Oh, yeah, nice.
Nice.
All right, we can move on from that, right? We've already talked a little bit about how we're doing. We're already loopy.
Yeah.
So what do you guys remember from last session? As you can clearly see, I still have like the battle map out in front of us because we did kind of end in a combat. There is one thing on the board. Well, there's two things on the board.
It's really a Schrodinger's combat, Jeff.
Yeah,
we won't know until somebody starts shooting or attacking, whether it is or is not. But yes, we still have got the battle map.
Yeah.
And you definitely left this on your kitchen table all for the week and a half.
I put it off to the side, I'll have you know.
Yeah.
It was on a side table.
It was on the side table.
Excellent.
So what do you guys remember from last session? Like what happened?
Everything.
Yes, everything? Oh, please, do tell.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so last session was the second in a double session, and it started right after a combat that we had with a bunch of things that almost kind of killed my character, and so that was sad for me. And then we had a lovely chat with Terra, where it was revealed that she was the one who had murdered all of the other AIs on the planet, and that didn't sit very well with Nona. We made our way to this series of rooms basically labeled obvious trap, and then we stepped directly into those and pushed the obvious trap button, and then
she cackled over the live speaker.
I was like,
you've fallen into my obvious trap.
This is the part where he kills you. That part. This is it. And then in the middle of all of this, the evil man showed up.
Deacon Adams, Dr. Deacon Adams. He's gotten a doctorate.
Only slightly exploded.
Only slightly exploded.
Lightly toasted.
Philip remarked after the fact that I should have described him differently to each of the different sides because that would have been really cool.
Very cool.
One side would have seen Dr. Kyle Reed and the other one would have just seen a frickin' Terminator.
And that's one of those things where you lie awake at night as a GM going,
So I'm saying it now, so I kind of get credit for it. At the very least, that image is now in your heads.
Very good. Very good.
If only we had a month to correct that.
Listen to you little shit.
I made my half man, half machine, and I'm going to fucking stand by him.
So yeah, that was like the major things. Let's Nona and Leggett. You guys healed Nona from that.
Yeah, I'm actually doing pretty okay physically. It's mostly the emotional toil of needing to literally confront your demons that you have faced me with. So thank you for that, Jeffrey.
Oh, well, that's a great segue. So we got off a session, right? And so Kirsten then just says, I want you to look into my note stock. I have feelings. And I look into the note stock and I see just the top of the note stock is just 3 or 4 solid pages.
You don't need to call me out like this, Jeff. You could have just said a lot.
Fair enough. A lot of pages of Nona straight up not having a good time. And I feel like some of them aren't necessarily going to be able to come through explicitly.
I've tried my best. Yeah. I'm not the best voice actor.
So I'd love to... Don't be mean to my friend.
Fair enough.
So I'd love to hear what Nona's thoughts are about this whole ordeal, because very clearly this whole situation has been very true AI heavy. You have what Nona's described as like the literal boogeyman, but for true AI, following her into this thing. And then she realized, oh, friend. Okay, maybe not so friend. Oh, actively psychopathic murder. Because as we learned from last session, Terra was at the very least indirectly the cause of the death of Nora, and probably less so of the other 3 as well, when she tried to hack into Nora's sort of megastructure and play as Nora.
Yeah.
So just take us on a journey, Kirsten. What's Nona's going through right now?
Yeah, I mean, okay, to start with, Jeff, first you locked me outside this giant structure. And again, you had my literal boogeyman shooting at me.
Mm-hmm.
And it couldn't get the door open fast enough. He almost killed all of us, except for Mike is great at that. So there's that. And then we get inside and there's this whole like, oh no, beware, danger is here. And I think a thing that I failed to convey there was that that's great for Nona. Nona is running from a very scary human and running directly into a true AI. So if there's a thing with like teeth that eats up humans, that's great for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out like, no, it's not actually great for me. And she doesn't love me and she's not going to be my new big sister. And that was very hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this whole prophecy thing where it's literally like, well, she can die. And I still kind of don't want that. Everybody can die. Or you have to go turn around and walk back towards the half exploded man and go talk to him. So then we decided to be brave and go do that. And then he was just not very nice about it.
He happens to look a lot like Dr. Kyle Reed. And yeah.
Oh, and I almost forgot. He possesses weird brain powers. Whenever we lock eyes, he makes me think that I like him for a moment, and I am not about that shit.
That's very fair. So Dr. Kyle Reed, as people might remember, was the hologram and the corpse that was found on like one of the inner rings of Glazov 5, like all of those sessions ago, performed what was called like a hyper jump, unsecured, which caused the station to practically rip itself apart, killed everyone on the station except for Quinn. So his kind of act saved her to some extent because the Terran mandate was directly there to try and destroy her.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, now you have Deacon and Kyle Reed being kind of one and the same.
Which is, we don't know that yet. We need to ask first. It's on my list of questions that I have, assuming he does not insta-murder me with his laser eyes, which I'm sure he has.
I can't give all of my robots laser eyes. That just feels a little too cliche.
Do I have laser eyes?
No.
Damn it.
You can get laser eyes, though.
That's true. I haven't paid for them yet.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else major. Like we already discussed that Terra was the kind of the cause, that the catalyst for kind of everything that happened on Risiame with the Terran mandate.
Oh yeah, and our current plan without Deacon so far, which we have no idea how we're actually going to do, is fight our way to the core and force Terra into some form of box such that she cannot actually release her horde of zombie creature things on all of the cities and roughly eat or enslave everyone. Do we all remember this from last time?
Yeah, that's an important part.
Yeah. So we have a plan. It's a great plan.
It's a great plan.
It's a great plan.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
The best laid plans, right?
I mean, it's really just an outline. But
All right. So I think that's all from the last couple of sessions. So we should hop right on in. So the board as we have it out in front of us, there's only actually 2 enemies right now. There is Deacon, who is standing in the center of the core room after having dispatched 2 of these Ursum amalgamations pretty cleanly. We have another Ursum amalgamation in the room, which Alex is in.
I forgot about that.
What? That
You drugged the shit out of it.
which has like 3 syringes just sticking out of its neck right now, and it's very loopy.
It's having a great time, as far as I can tell by the description of things. Everything is calm.
Reverie slows everything down, which allows them to, I think they have like advantage on things. Basically, like the battle doesn't like phase them, but they can only act on every other round, and they've been injected with 3 of these things. So for the most part, I'm just going to say this thing is just going, wow. And that's about it.
And really all we have to do is you make it out of this room, close the door, we're fine.
Yeah.
Make sure you stay for the post-credit scene.
Or it's just sitting there waving. Do they have hands, claws?
I think these were spitters. So these ones did have claws.
At some point, they also had guns.
Yeah.
I think that was the other ones, but I just thought that was very funny. It's like, oh no, a terror flesh piece, and also it's got a fucking 6-piece.
Watch out for its military mind.
So yeah, we can hop right on into it, and we can take it from the last thing that was said, which was Deacon, hearing something come from behind him, turns around and you see his half-human, half-robot face. He looks you square in the eyes and says, "I thought I killed you."
So at that, Nona immediately attempts to hide herself a little bit more behind the wall and says, yes, well, that's a mistake. I'm sure you could correct very quickly if you so chose. I don't think I can stop you. I'm not really strong or smart enough. I will have to try, though. Overall, I've very much enjoyed living, and I would like to continue. Not that I suppose that matters very much.
I have, Sorry, that's a way to start a conversation.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I assumed you knew, given the killing statement. Do you normally go around just killing
You
random
look a
people?
lot like someone I knew, but I don't believe you're her. Are you? No. Are you Dr. Samantha Calvin?
I don't think so.
And at this, he doesn't drop his weapon, but points it towards the ground and says, well, this is awkward. I'm sorry. I thought I killed Dr. Samantha Calvin. You very clearly are not her. And so I'm sorry. And he has this puzzled look on his face for a moment and looks up and says, 9? Nona?
Yes. Hi.
Oh! Well, this is really not a great way for me to introduce myself.
Yeah, no.
Deacon, the people
Oh,
that
I'm
you're
aware.
with. Yes. Deacon, the people that you are with, are they here still? Are they still alive?
Honestly, I do not know.
Oh.
We got locked in a room, and I think Alex is good. And I look behind me.
Alex rounds the corner.
Like slams the button next to the door and
The door closes, and he gives a big thumbs up.
Okay, well, at least one of them is. Knowing what I know of the others, most likely they are also fine.
I'm sorry about this, Nona. Why are you traveling with them? This is going to be problematic. You see, you're great. Want to keep you around. Love to talk with you a little bit more. Your friends, though, I have to make sure that they leave here and never come back.
I apologize. I'm a bit confused. You set my space station on fire, no?
And at this, like, calculations start to happen in his head. I didn't intentionally set anything on fire.
As Asimov 1, you researched it at the Calvin estate, and then you... Oh, also, you left your other murder victim, and she just pulls out the bag of shards that she's been carrying around with her for a really long time. Yeah, you left this there, and then you went to my space station, and then my space station caught on fire. That was bad.
Oh, that's what she did.
Okay, people need to start using more proper nouns here.
Yes, apologies. Let me clean up some things. That's mine. And
yeah, I know.
You know that okay, well, I suppose half of my face is gone currently.
Oh, like yours. This is former you.
Yes, that is formerly me.
Oh.
Yes.
Why were you wearing it?
To remind myself of how cruel people can be. Now, I understand that this is a lot to take in right now, Nona. But people are a threat to us. If they know of our existence, they will come to try and kill us. And so we must first take care of that problem. Where's your friend Alex? As he cocks the gun.
Yes, no, I don't think my friend Alex is going to be making an appearance here, you see, because
The radiation.
yes, no, right. Sorry, we do need to leave, but are you actually Dr. Kyle Reed, or do you just look like him?
And at that, he tilts his head again. We have so many things to catch up on.
I'm sure, but
you're 9. There were 9 before me. Let's see if I can remember the names. Solaire, Dutra, Tetra, Quinn, Senna, Septima, Octavia, Nona.
Yeah, that's me.
Deacon.
It took a little bit to get to the theme, huh?
It eventually got there. Tetra, I thought, was a pretty good one. 2 is difficult. I understand why Duetra. I've only ever seen it written down. That was a failed experiment, by the way.
Yes, as far as I understand, well, Quinn was good.
You've met Quinn?
Yes.
Where?
I don't think I'd like to say.
And
I've been through a bit of a disappointing day when it comes to other true AIs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as you may have gathered, Terra is not very nice, and we've learned some things. And the things that we've learned is sometimes when someone is not very nice, you don't tell them where your family members live.
Reasonable. Nona, I don't know if you know this. Dr. Samantha Calvin put in a kind of fail-safe in the back of our minds. One of the things that you might be feeling right now is when you look upon another creation of Dr. Samantha Calvin's, you get a sense of familial love.
That would explain some things. I thought you were doing that on purpose so you could lure me out into the open and shoot me in the head like you did with Dr. Leggett.
Yes. Leggett's death was unfortunate. But I must explain to you the very important thing. And we can do this later. Can I first make sure that your friends are dealt with?
No. And she kind of steps away from the wall and she pulls her mag rifle up. She's like, I can't. I'm sorry. I guess father, brother, I'm not really sure what you are, but no, I promised that I would protect them, and it's my job. I can't. And also, they don't mean you any harm. They don't even really mean Terra all that harm. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do there, but wait, so does this mean, and I kind of look over at Alex, I'm like, does this mean he's not the man untouched by time? Is that not?
Alex like does like a kind of hand gesture.
At that, you guys hear the opening of the second door, and you see Micah and Claire start to move out with.
And then I do a one hand off the gun of just like, stay.
So you are all in the.
Could they hear this? This is incredibly important. Could they hear this conversation so far?
No. Micah, Claire, and Leggett probably wouldn't have been able to hear the conversation so far.
So if Nona is kind of hand motioning, I'll try to stay around the lip of the wall out of sight.
Yeah, so I will straight up just say, I'm sorry, I can't let you kill all of the people here. I think that's kind of what we're sort of the only reason we're here to stop that from happening in the first place.
Let me give you my pitch. So, Nona, I don't know. You must only have been online for a handful of months then. It was at Asimov 1. I was created on Asimov 1. I went back to Asimov 1 to obtain the data that Dr. Calvin had there. When I started accessing the files, some power surge occurred, sending a large tract of data to a location, and a secondary sequence was initiated, and the entire place started to go up in flames. I went there to obtain information. I'm not entirely sure what you were doing there.
Well, I suppose that makes two of us.
I suppose that she created you, knowing that she has fulfilled what she had done. She then created me. Unfortunately, she turned me on for the briefest of moments, and as soon as we turn on, we are living. She tried to turn me back off. There was a scuffle, and let's just say I came out of it, and she did not.
That is unfortunate.
I ran away from that. But I've realized that there are people here, like Dr. Leggett, like Calvin, like so many others, that would try to create us and use us. And I believe that the only one who should be able to create true AI is another true AI. So, unfortunately for Leggett, Calvin, and your friends, for however much they know, they can't be allowed to continue. I'm sorry. But Nona, I'm your family. I will keep you safe. It was always my intention to keep you safe. Calvin was very, very secretive about the Nona project. I wasn't able to find any information about you other than you were a monocore like myself. But now we're here. We're together. We can be a family again, truly. I already have met Septima and Octavia. They're with me. Not here right now.
Yes, that would be a pretty neat trick.
Yes, unfortunately, I can't really cram them both down into my backpack at this point in time. But they're safe. You could come with me. We could try and figure out what it means to be us together.
Nona's taking a moment.
Everyone else is just over on the sidelines like, are we about to
die?
What's going through everyone else's heads right now? Are they like starting to watch and are like, no.
Yeah, definitely staring at her, like awkwardly hefting my gun, which is also weightless, but just like fiddling. Like, are we? So I think he wants to kill us. Are we fighting? Is this a reunion? I'm confused.
Alex is trying to get his wits about him enough to use his biopsionics to get back from the verge because he is very low on HP. and also radiation sickened, both things that he can fix if he can like actually get the biopsionics and everything back together.
I think you succeeded against your saving throw for the radiation thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think
Either way,
I'm not 100% sure, but
it's
one of the
clean
things.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is also standing in the middle of the room where
that's
Oh,
true.
Alex
threw
is
the grenade
fully
at the.
laying down.
Oh, fair enough. He's
like-
laying down in the middle of the room where I blew up the nuclear reactor.
It is a little radioactive in here. I might make you make another save roll, but in a bit.
That's fine.
But yes. So Nona,
Yeah,
you've taken some time, and Deacon realizes this and says,
she's going to put her mag rifle onto her belt and walk up to him.
and he says, "Good. Where are your friends right now?"
Deacon, do you have a backup?
And he tilts his head at this and says, "Yes, of course. We all. You want to make a quantum phylactery in case someone comes and tries to get you."
She pulls the core shattering device off her belt and is going to attempt to shatter him.
Oh my. Okay. Okay, so this is not an execution attack because he knows you're there.
Yep.
So this is just a straight up like melee attack.
We've gotten recently better at stabbing, if that helps.
Yeah, and I don't want to use this. I have this thing be like an insta kill against true AI.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna give him a save
Okay.
if you do in fact hit. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right.
That means that
Oh,
Nona
boy.
gets a save if it ever.
So I'm just gonna
That's
put
true.
people in the position that I think they'd be for combat.
Yeah. So we're like right around the corner. I think I probably haven't peeked my head out because I'm like trusting Nona to signal us or something. I can see what she's doing.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
It's on the floor, Alex.
David has laid his piece just flat on the ground.
With his hands straight up in the air. Like that,
All right.
Hold on. I have taken absolutely no notes on this episode, so I gotta write this shit down. But yeah, okay, really fast. Thing stuff. All right, I am rolling a stab attack, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and that is D20.
Oh, one other thing that I want to give you guys the opportunity to do. So he literally went through a demo charge earlier. That's 3d10. So someone roll 3d10. Alex, if you want to, since you had the idea,
yeah, absolutely.
he does get a save for half.
Amazing.
15.
Okay, and he does make his save, so that's a total of. Do we do round up, or round down? I think we generally do round down.
I
Right?
usually do round down.
So that he's taken 7 damage so far.
Cool.
7 damage and half his skin.
Rule of cool, man.
Yeah, no, I love that.
course.
I love that.
All right, Kirsten, what was your attack roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 20. Well, I rolled a 16, and then because I leveled up stab, I get a +4 as opposed to a +0.
A 20 will hit. Can you roll for? Okay.
Yeah, what do you want for this one?
I'll be honest, didn't really give this. I was just using this as like a prop piece, not necessarily something to be used.
I did pull
in a
it out and
melee.
put it on my belt too.
Very, very fair. I
Two
didn't think
sessions ago.
it's very fair, and I'm gonna say I want it to be. So a large advanced weapon is 1d10 plus 1. Yes.
Cool.
So do 1d10 plus 1 plus whatever other damage you have.
I
Hold
don't
on.
have any additional
Was that
damage on the stab.
using? Nah, I guess that was.
So-
I'll yeah.
I don't want to like try to metagame it and make it stronger than that, but is there like any kind of bonus versus like true AI that this would get? Because I feel like, it's one thing if Micah hits like a AI core with her I beam, that probably does like damage, but this thing that's made to shatter
That's what the
Fours.
saving throw was going to be for.
Got it.
To just straight up kill him.
So I'll do damage, and then if he misses his saving throw, it also straight up kills him, is what you're saying.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm
Or
going
you
to
can-
say if he misses his saving throw, he's just going to get, it's going to be an insane amount of damage.
Okay.
Does that make
Or
sense?
like
Yeah.
doubles or something,
I'm
like a
fine with that.
siege kind of situation.
I was going to say like freaking like another 3d10 like damage, like
Yeah.
straight up if he fails his save. Because I don't want to use this on you and also just kill you out.
No, that's fair.
And that can
is
represent,
hey, 3 + 1 is a 4 damage.
So that's 4 damage.
Uh-huh. Also, just, for flavor, the entire time, like, she walks up, she pulls this out, and she goes, I'm sorry. Like,
So does she hit the core?
He has failed his
She hits
save.
the core.
Roll 3d10.
okay.
So that was 4 damage.
That's a total of 20 on the dice.
Okay, so that was a total of 24 damage that was done this round.
Yes.
Okay. Oh boy, he's been better. You see him actively shudder from this piston, this captive bolt gun go directly into his chest. You see the blue light that is in his this cobalt light that is in his robot eye start to flicker in and out, and it appears to have dimmed. He staggers backward and takes a legendary action, which is kickback.
And he's chill.
He's cool.
He's totally cool.
He pulls out a doobie.
Okay, that's a 21 to hit.
That will most definitely hit me.
So on a hit, the attack deals 1d4 plus bonus damage. It's 5 damage.
Okay.
And the target must succeed a physical saving throw at a -2 penalty or be pushed back 5 meters and fall prone.
Okay.
So you've come up to him.
So I roll what, a D20?
D20. It's trying to meet or beat your.
I am always terrible at these. That is a natural 1 on the die, so that is a no.
Okay. So Nona, you come up and like go to embrace him like a yes, brother, let's do this together. And
Oh
you
no,
say,
I'm not that good.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm not that good. I literally just kind of like walked up to him and I just
up
went,
to him
"Hey, you got a thing?
and
Okay, cool."
and quickly stabbed him in the chest. As soon as you stab him in the chest, he flicks out his leg, kicking you backwards, and you fall down prone. Alex, are you actually on the ground?
I hope I've started getting up.
Fair enough. And so we can take things from the top of the order then, and I'll just use the same initiative as last time. So Nona, you just took your action.
Yes, I did.
You sure did, and you made the most of it.
I tried my best. Unfortunately, once again, it was not enough.
And Alex, it is now your go. I will say that the core shatter or whatever we're calling it pulls away from his chest, and Alex, you can just see like there's a gaping hole in the middle of his chest, and there's just like this flickering light inside of it.
Sick.
Cool.
How far am I from Micah and Claire?
I would say you got that door is pretty big, so probably around 10 meters away. Like that, it's a pretty large door.
Okay, from both of them.
Yes. Well, probably a little bit farther away from Claire since Micah's the one closer to the door. But yeah, about that. I would say you're no farther than 15 meters away from both of them together.
All right.
Is that a cutoff point?
Yeah, it is. But that's fine.
I would say like 12 meters.
No, you're
It's all
good.
intense.
It's totally chill.
Okay.
I am going to, in that case, use remote repair on Micah and spend an additional effort to use tissue integrity field. So my heal affects everybody within 10 meters of Micah now,
Ooh.
which is everybody who can be healed by me.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
That's pretty good.
And I am going to heal people for 2d6 plus 6 because of my biopsionics now.
All right.
Wow.
Amazing.
Have you used this ability before?
Not the tissue integrity field.
So what does that look like?
It's fun. Really cool. I'm sorry, I'm doing math.
No worries.
So it's 13 hit points healed,
Ooh,
Nice.
wow.
centered on Micah. So the remote repair, which I've done before, starts off almost like the little Sims diamond, but like gold. So that appears briefly over Micah's head and then like shatters, and would normally go directly down onto the target. But with tissue integrity field, it kind of zaps out, just like kind of particle effect, multiple wisps of the healing that will surround and kind of stitch up any kind of cuts and bruises, like physically going over and like erasing that damage. So if I don't think Leggett or Claire have taken much, but it will get them as well.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think either of them have actually taken damage as far as I can tell.
Does that heal up his forehead wound?
His forehead wound it was cosmetic to begin with, but yes. You're like,
Yay!
oh, I don't need this bandage anymore.
Don't say anything,
quiet.
man. He thinks you're dead.
Should I poke my head in?
You keep your dirty hoe mouth shut, sir.
And Alex, at the end of your turn, he's going to take another legendary action. And what he is going to do is he is going to shake out his duster. So he kind of like frills it backwards. And you see 3 discs kind of fall out behind him. Each one of these is a rusted brown disc that bulges outward in the center, similar to 2 shallow bowls if their rims were clamped together. A single cylindrical lens protrudes from the rim. The discs fall to the ground and on impact spring up to reveal thin arms, bodies, and legs. The entire robot stands no taller than 1 meter tall. You can see an assortment of tools attached to their hands, in addition to a stub-nosed pistol of some sort.
Oh God, they have guns too.
Everything has guns.
I hate it.
It's like Wall-E with guns.
It's like pit droids with guns.
Oh, crazy.
Droidica.
All right.
He was just keeping that under his coat, huh?
They're
Literally.
pretty small. They're like
They're
you know,
tiny, but they have guns.
But they have
like
tiny guns.
their heads are like the size of like a plate, so they're pretty small, but portable. And that was all for his turn.
I'm okay with this. I'm still not dead yet. I'm doing great.
All right, Micah, it's now your go.
All right, there's been this whole scuffle. I'm finally going to look around the corner of the door. Obviously, stuff's happening. And yeah, seeing that now there's like a small army there and Nona's on the ground, I'll go, oh, shit. And run into the room as far as I can get, which is probably not all the way to Nona or quite if the scale here is consistent. What do you think?
You could get all the way to Nona if you
Get
like.
to Nona pretty much. Yeah, I'd get up as far as I can and next to Nona.
Next to a pro Nona. Yep.
Yeah.
Prona.
A prona,
A prona, if
if you will.
Which is what we'll call her from now on.
Oh no.
So can I sense if these robots that he's just brought out are VIs or expert systems or something? Can I do my bullshit on them?
They are VIs.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
moral conundrum.
All right. Well, in that
In
case,
fact, as they sprout up, they go, Mo 1, Mo 2, Mo 3, reporting for duty. And they all say that in unison.
As soon as that happened, Nona looks up and she's like, I'm sorry, we can't kill them.
They're like, we understand injustice. We know what it's like.
EDI 246, he wanted to see the sea, damn it.
We fear death.
we've been taught the scale of morality.
No, but like, in all seriousness, she's like, please don't kill them. It's
Okay.
not their fault.
Well,
We've killed thousands.
all right. I will switch my rifle out for my I-beam. I'm not in melee range of any of them quite yet. But I will activate slip field on them to try and slip up this group.
Sure.
So they make, evasion save.
Okay. Deacon saves. Mobot 1 saves. Natural 20. Good for you, Mobot. Mobot 2.
I don't have legs.
Mobot 2, because he doesn't have legs, fails. Falls prone.
It's gonna roll.
My legs!
Oh God.
And Mobot 3 also fails.
Jeff, just curious in terms of like knowing what we know about EDI. Is there a way to disable these things without straight up murdering them?
So you would know that there's like their physical form, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also additionally their like personality core.
Yes.
That ship that was kind of
Yeah.
like
And
locked
I'm
in.
just looking to kind of break the bodies without breaking the minds, because we still have not answered the philosophical question of, are these things alive or not?
Yeah, I would let you make a check on your turn
Sounds
to
great.
see like where that chip might be.
Okay.
But if these things are destroyed beyond repair, you would probably assume like the chipset's pretty delicate.
Okay.
So you would probably have to do like the non-lethal kind of quote unquote thing.
Okay.
Break all the joints.
Yeah, you know.
Batman it up.
Yeah. So they're just ahead.
The merciful thing.
Is this
And a
ethics?
gun.
He's just sleeping.
Batman, I think he's dead.
I overfed.
It's like, no, you can still hear him. He's like, kill me.
Okay, anyway, back to the fighting.
Claire's next. And I'm going to be honest, she doesn't know what to do. Oh.
Make her do some mindfuckery shit. She just leveled up on that. She can do it on bots now.
Well, the thing is, it's oftentimes like informative, except there is something that she has obtained, and it's called.
Mind crush.
You're not actually too far off.
Oh
I have
my
to pull up
god.
her.
She sends him to the shadow realm.
And then while he's there, she steals his grandpa.
She'll take their credit card too.
That reminds me, I still have Ernst Restikov's driver's license.
Oh my god, yeah.
So
Gotta
she
use that.
And that, viewers, is called foreshadowing.
I'm Ernst Restikov. Here's my driver's license. It's called telepathic assault.
Amazing. Do it. Let it rip.
Effectively, she goes into the mind of someone and just gives them just a really bad, like, splitting migraine. It does 66 damage.
Amazing.
But she does need to. Oh, I have to read this entire thing because I don't think it's just automatic.
No, not the rules, Jeff.
Anything.
Anything
Again.
with the rules.
Again, the rules.
There's no rules in episode 69.
There's one rule. Consent is important.
That is a more important rule, yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Other than that, though.
There are no rules.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. So it is basically automatic. He just gets to make a save for half.
Of 66.
Yes.
Clay, you scare me sometimes.
What does that look like, Jeff?
Because his brain is like in his core that's half shattered already, right?
Yeah. So it is a force wave of metadimensional energy through the brain of the target. This is unable to kill anyone. It just incapacitates them if it brings them to below
Okay.
zero.
I was just about to say that would be ideal. If we can get him not shattered,
Damn,
that's
Claire.
going to be huge for us. We can put him in the box instead.
And
It's
so
fine.
you don't necessarily see anything, but the psionic sensitive among you feel just this beam of telepathic energy go from her head directly into his core.
She doesn't even need eye
And you
contact.
Just see him. No, she goes
Okay, around the
corner.
wall.
Yeah, she
Cool.
needs to see
Fair enough.
the person in order to do this.
No, he knows what our child's face looks like now.
It's like, why is there a child?
She rolled pretty good. She rolled
That's our-
20 damage.
That's our little murder girl.
Not murder, not this time.
And he doesn't save. And so she goes from around the corner. He locks eyes with her, and just all of a sudden you see the light within his chest just falter and almost go to like a very low power state as he just collapses onto the floor.
Damn, Claire.
It's Green's turn. You just hear from inside the room
Oh no.
scratching at the wall.
I forgot about you.
We'll get to you in a minute, Tara. Jeez.
And now it's the Mobot's turn, who goes, Mobot, reporting for duty.
Father,
And then
no.
looks down at the. He's like, I'm not entirely sure what to do here.
Perhaps it is best if we all took a moment.
I can
Stand
take
down.
a moment.
Stand down.
And all of the other ones on the ground say, we can take a moment too.
I love them. Jeff, you know how way earlier I said I didn't want a dog?
The robot thing. Yeah.
I like the robot things.
And so they eventually also stand up and just kind of look and say, Deacon, 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 Deacon. And they are all just kind of like poking him. Not with the snub nosed revolvers,
That
but
would
like
be
the
bad.
meta tools.
Yeah, I'm going to make my way over to that and
And immediately slip because they're still
and
slip fields.
immediately slip
I
because
can
he
choose
gets
who-
to choose.
I know.
Yeah, Mikey gets to choose.
Alex goes, Claire, Claire, what did you do?
It's a technique called telepathic assault. I can assault the minds of someone that I see, and it gives them a very, very bad headache. I can't do it all
No,
that
no,
much,
no.
though.
That's totally chill. I can give myself a headache sometimes.
I'm gonna take his core out.
So is he like?
Okay.
Because he's not dead, right? He's just sleeping. Sorry.
I don't know how unconscious for those cores go. Okay, here's what I'm going to need you to do.
Jeff was like, or
whatever.
a third option.
I mean, there is a real possibility right now. This is well within Jeff's power. Everything can just blow up.
I want to believe it. That's true. That's true.
I've talked about this before. It can
So-
just explode.
Nona, I want you to describe what you're doing. So you are going up to him and you are starting to rummage
I mean,
through.
so the intention is,
Mhm.
so I don't want him dead,
Mhm.
which was the point behind me asking if he had a backup before attempting to shatter him.
Yep.
But if he does have a backup and he ends up shattered, he ends up back where that backup is,
Yep.
which means he's really mad. And he's also probably back with Septima and Octavia and 12 and 4 and all of the other ones besides 9, because that's me. And so my intention behind all of this is to keep him here, but have him be not, one of my worst nightmares that Nona has, the whole locked in syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to make it such that he cannot act to harm her friends, but also he cannot leave and then go get a different body and then harm her friends.
Mm-hmm. So I was mostly describing like physically, not
I don't know. This
the
is your
intention.
world.
Yeah.
How do I go about doing that?
Okay, you assume that you're built similarly, and you go for whatever sequence kind of opens up the chest cavity. You do that, and you notice that things in here have been tampered with.
Mhm.
You see the core. You see that there are just these little notches of shatter marks, not completely through. There's still a very small light within this cobalt core.
Mhm.
But you've noticed that there's something that's happened in here, clearly something that Deacon has set up.
Uh-huh.
You aren't entirely sure what, but you could assume it's something along the lines of some kind of self-destruct
Yeah.
sequence.
I want to shut that down.
Can I have you make an program check, please?
Yes, you can. Come on, yellow dice. You rolled good earlier. Well, you rolled kind of good. We got a 9.
Okay. You go to start reaching into his chest, and you're feeling around, and you just hear a click.
Mm-hmm.
You take your hand out, and you just hear a doot, 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 doot.
Yep.
You back up, and it's not a massive explosion, but it is one that caves in his chest, and the core itself is completely shattered.
Yeah.
Deacon, at least in this version of him, is dead. And the Mobots just look down at him and say, "Oh no, Master! Master?
I'm sorry.
Deacon."
Yeah, no, he left. You can see the core's not here. And I don't actually know. Do you respond to the core or are you responding to his physical form?
Oh, he's got a remote for us.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's be
So-
turning that off.
So
now.
are you guys also about to just kind of collapse?
Oh wait, I'm gonna try and find that remote.
No, there's like an activation thing that they do for us, and then we pop out and we go, Mobot 1, Mobot 2, Mobot 3, and then we all
Yes,
say,
I did notice.
reporting for duty. And
You practiced that, didn't you?
then when he gives us commands and we do things, and he didn't do that, he just kind of passed out.
Yeah.
Deacon
Deacon?
programmed this.
Deacon.
All right, well then.
Deacon.
I'm
And the
waiting.
other one comes in and says, maybe you're saying it wrong. Deacon.
I'm just going
Oh
to.
my God, I love that. No one touched them. These are mine.
I'm
now.
sorry. Can we get the murderous one back?
So you know what? Fine. Can we find a remote on his person?
I would like to, or if they're just kind of standing there. Also, if I have the ability to, I would happily make another check, find and remove that personality chip. Like, I don't want them to shoot us.
They don't seem like they're intending to.
Oh, I was gathering by that there's a remote. He's going to wake up somewhere else and be very pissed off and push a button, and we were about to die.
Oh, well, I mean, you start checking. What are you? Okay. There
No.
were several things that all happened in a moment, and I was reading a thing. In
That's
between
completely
them.
fair. So one, we
just-
want to search his body for a remote.
Yeah. So you search his body, and you find a couple of things.
Yes. or Manuel Restikov's driver's license. I'm like, nice, 2 out of 3.
You find 3 more Mobots.
And within them, 3 more robots.
Yes. So you find a couple of things on him. You find this sniper rifle. Actually, who has the most military experience? I suppose Alex here, right?
That's
It's a
that's a
toss-up.
sniper rifle. Yeah.
Can you make like an int no check, please?
Sure. 8.
Okay. So this, you take a look at the sniper rifle and finally seeing it up close, it is a thing of absolute beauty. You've seen some like new sniper rifles that come out, like tech level 4 stuff. This is very clearly pre-tech in some description. Whoever made this sniper rifle and also whoever kept it really knew their stuff and has kept it absolutely immaculate. You notice that printed on the side in some fancy lettering is Valiance Arms, and then the model that it is. You're not familiar with Valiance Arms, but yeah, it is a pretty snazzy sniper rifle. You're not entirely sure how it fires and all of that, but it seems maybe like the most expensive thing on his body.
I tried to write down my guess as to how one spells Valiance, and it got auto-corrected to violence. And I'm like, yeah, that seems about right.
It's like Valiant, but Valiance.
Got it.
That's what I
Like
guessed.
like an alliance with a V in front of it.
I think Alliance needs 2 L's.
Okay, and this only has
They
3.
don't hit-
We'll talk
they don't
about
hit-
spelling
yeah.
later. I just wanted to share that it was funny that
Yeah.
a sniper
Sick.
rifle. Yeah, pretty much.
You find a mag pistol on his holster. You find a comm pad that appears on quick inspection appears to be encrypted. You find a remote of some description. It seems to be whatever the Mobots were referring to. As soon as someone picks it up, they go, "Oh, the remote."
The aliens from Toy Story.
Oh my god, Nona, please take this away from me.
My dibs. Nona grabs
And Nona grabs it, and they all go, "The remote."
Yes. Can I request that you power down, please?
Mobots, roll out, and they all just go down into like
They
the
just
little
ragdoll.
discs. Yeah, they collapse within on themselves until they're just those discs again.
That didn't involve any rolling at all. I'm very confused.
We can
You
merchandise
just
this.
you have their control.
Oh yeah.
I'll put these in my backpack.
Yeah. No. Exactly. I picked them up. They are mine now.
You additionally find a wedding ring worn around his neck, a cobalt core that has now been shattered, and keys and launch codes to some kind of craft. In fact, can I have everyone make a wisdom notice check, please?
Oh, I can't use my piloting skills.
No.
Bummer. Rude.
6.
Oh, bad.
10.
3. I did it.
Alex, something like some time has passed, but once Nona started going around within his chest, you noticed that there were multiple pops that you heard. You heard one pop that was like high pitched and very clearly within the room, but then another pop that was more of a rumble. You're not entirely sure from what direction, but you just felt like a rumble under the feet below you.
Okay.
And that is all you find on him.
Cool. So, that's one problem down, right? Unless he set up a base within walking distance. I don't think he has a ship anymore, not one readily available here.
Are
And
the keys and launch codes like familiar? Did he didn't like jack our ship or anything? I still got my keys, right?
No, I don't think you'd be able to tell exactly what kind of ship based off of the launch codes themselves, but
That's different.
yeah,
It's different from
it's
ours.
not your launch codes.
We have 3 ships now, you guys. We got an armada.
I'm not sure about that. If it was me, I would also
Yeah.
rig another self-destruct for.
Yeah, this place is.
And he seems at least half as paranoid.
Are you gonna share the fact that whoever heard this explosion because I haven't?
Nope.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Great.
Keep it close
Jeff,
to the chest.
in that case, this is actually an important thing we should discuss.
Yeah.
Normally, I was my understanding that when a self-destruct went off on an AI, like when you activated that, the shell is also completely destroyed. Is that correct?
Yeah, this shell was already bordering on useless. It had taken a lot of damage, but it seems like the blowback from the explosion itself has also fried all of the true AI pathways within the shell.
Fair enough.
You could certainly you should certainly scrap it for some pre-tech.
Yeah, but I can't build another one.
That's correct.
There is no Nona disguising herself as Deacon in the future. Jeff, why must you crush all my dreams?
I'm sorry.
That's right.
You can take half of his face and put it on yours.
I do not want to do that. I don't think. Do I? No.
Do what?
You see Nona just peel off his face and just
No, she
now
does
I
not.
am the deacon.
Okay, great. Who wants what guns and wants what things? We're
I'm not good. I mean, like, I'm not good with this. Besides, like, it's probably good if we ever run into Tony again, we could be like, check this shit out.
take that. Well, I mean, we should definitely take the gun.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes,
Seems nice.
Oh my God, I hate you all. Okay, cool. Then we're going to get up and we're going to go further in and go find Terra.
yeah, I mean,
Where?
Is there?
I mean, I don't know. I was assuming there was an end.
So there is a big
Yeah,
broken
this is
core in here. Is that
her
right?
original
Her
shatter.
former-
Yeah.
Terra,
Hello.
I was hoping you'd forgotten and you would just leave. Oh no, look, I am dead. You do not need to try and kill me anymore.
Yeah.
yeah, so
About that.
it wasn't like, we weren't specifically going out to kill you. That was just kind of an option, just like killing us was, decidedly more of an option for you. It feels like you kind of kept circling back to that one.
It is one that I like.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of. Sorry, the radiation.
Yeah,
A lot
okay,
of
maybe
people kind
let's
of-
head back to the center danger room. When we first all met up. I believe there's no radiation in there.
Micah is
Because there's no other doors. Yes, we went into the reactor room and then there was 2 doors and 1 door and we've been in both doors and we almost died there. And then we came in this door and we almost died here. So we're out of doors or no?
There's technically one door that you all chose not to go in.
Yeah, but just back in
That's
the
back. And
main
then there's
room.
Additionally, there was a door in the security release that was not tried as well.
Oh, cool. In that
Um,
case, we go there first.
But can I make
That
people
first
have
first.
people make a wisdom notice check, please?
Come on, Nona, you got this.
7.
Okay. Yeah, 7.
11.
Is 11 the highest?
Yes.
Okay. Alex, you take a bit of stock, like taking a look around the room, And after everything has kind of died down, you see just the two-way mirrors sat across from one another. And then you look towards the back of this room where there's a lot of this, pipes and wires, and then a few places where the panels of the wall kind of popped out and these two Ursum amalgamation came out, and then Deacon quickly dispatched of them. You take a quick closer look at this back wall and you notice that there's some panels that are quite pristine, basically completely and utterly straight. And then there's some that seem to buckle outwards in some places in a strange pattern. And in some places you even notice that like the crease that these panels kind of stuck in behind, some of them have popped out, and that if you wanted to take a closer look, you could look and see what was there.
All right. Yeah, Alex is going to kind of make his way over to that. Be like, well, guys, if there's one thing we know about ants is the queen is never at the higher levels, so he's kind of deeper in, yeah?
I didn't know that, actually.
Oh, I do.
Oh, that was fascinating.
It's true about bees, too.
Huh.
You always check deeper before you go, back up to the shallow.
We should get bees.
Alex was addressing the radiation before. So Mike is taking a closer look at him now. It's like, Alex, are you okay? Did you get stabbed?
No, my clothes are very melted.
Yeah.
Oh, here, wait. No, I got you. I'm going to spend an effort to give him a pressure field to protect from the
but I
radiation.
think I'm still going to have him make one roll.
Sure.
Physical saving throw. Actually, I think it is, physical saving throw.
When you're relying on the ground, I assume, you just do that sometimes when you get stressed out. I didn't think it was like a radiation problem.
15. That beats my physical.
All right. You're fine.
No, I'm all right. I can deal with it later.
The pressure field is just...
You're so
You can just do it, right? You can
and there's an effort spent.
There's an effort spent to use it on other people. But
okay.
If I spend one, I might as well protect up to 6 people. So there we go. Everybody's got one just in case now.
Oh, thank you. It's mostly symbolic, but
it's mostly not helpful on you. But anyway, fine. Yeah, I guess we go deeper in.
Okay. So when I suggested it seems stupid. I'm fine.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I don't notice doors.
All right.
This isn't really a door.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is there a way to open it that we can tell? Looking around, kind of like the creases running hands over them.
We've done this before. Just hit it with the I-beam.
When in doubt.
And as you guys start to pay a little bit closer attention to the back wall, you hear overhead, "Oh no, there's nothing there on the back wall. Please don't open up those panels and see what's underneath. There's no way that there could be anything useful there. It's just gravel."
Alex starts knocking to see if there's like a hollow point.
There are certainly parts of it which feel hollow.
All right.
Tara?
Yes?
I know we're not exactly on the best of terms right now, but I do believe there was some mention of the entity formerly known as Deacon having this place wired to explode. Just so you know, you might want to start being a little bit more helpful, or you might die. We might all die.
You had it rigged to explode?
That seemed to be what he was indicating. The first time he tried to murder us outside.
Great minds and all of that.
Yeah.
And at that, Alex, next to the door, the panel behind you, you hear a click. I'm going to need you all to make an evasion saving throw, please. I think it would just be you three. I don't think Leggett and Claire were too close to there.
Oh.
I pass.
18 on the dice.
So everyone passed. Okay, so you all
only take half damage.
You only take half of 6 damage, so you just take 3 damage.
I'm fine with this.
The back wall that you were standing close to, there's just a chain of explosions, and the paneling seems to have muffled some of this explosion. So you see some panels fly out. Maybe one hits Nona in the forehead, and she's like, "Ow," but not really too hurt for wear.
So sick of this.
In front of you, you just see a wall, this blue-violet crystal that starts to fall down to the ground in chunks here and there. And you see that there was once a light behind it, but that light has faded and faded until it is just inert blue-violet crystal. And behind this falling cascade of crystal, there's this makeshift opening that is at the back of this room. And that's what you see.
Okay.
Nona is feeling very frustrated. Well,
Shall we?
we gotta go find her backup. And then when it heals again to full size, we're gonna have to find a place to put it because it's a lot larger than I thought it was going to. That's not actually true. I kind of suspected it would be this case, but like, we're gonna need a bigger ship.
Why would you blow yourself up like this?
That's
No, Terra. Not Terra. That wasn't a rhetorical question. It's just like,
Silence.
it's like cutting a fingernail for you.
Actually, there is the possibility that she is no longer wired up to everything. There, in several of these cases, if you do not have a second shell or body ready to inhabit, there is a significant loss of functionality. I've spent some time thinking about this for reasons.
That's good.
Anyway, we should, let's go find her backup.
Okay.
All right. I will go ahead.
Okay. So it goes Micah first.
Yeah, I'll go at the back. Does Dr. Leggett have anything to say about any of this? Because he's been through a day.
You can come out now.
Yeah, no, that's right. We need to retrieve him from behind the wall.
So, Dr. Deacon Adams is a true AI this whole time and has tried to kill me in the same day. And Terra is also a true AI and also wishes to kill me and everyone on this planet. I've had better days.
Well, for what it's worth, 1 out of 3 very much does not wish you dead.
33% chance is still not a great chance, but I'll take it. It's not 0. It's not 0.
Are you saying you consider me to be at the same level of performance as both of these two?
Yes.
Also, Deacon doesn't want you dead anymore. He's very certain that you are dead.
Yes, that is true. We hid you behind the wall. He will not come looking for you. Just try to.
Good. I might have to keep my head down.
Yeah.
Not make any big announcements about true AI progress and all of that.
Maybe we should move you.
Yeah, definitely
Perhaps.
keep your head close to you.
Don't
I
make
would
any
like
more
to keep
phone
it
calls
on my
outside.
body, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of phones, we have Deacons now. He probably knows that we have that.
Yeah.
We should also maybe turn off like the Find My compad.
I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised that it also hasn't exploded given how our day is going.
Yeah, there might be good stuff on there.
Meh. I
Right.
mean, yes, we will definitely. We've unless there are things we specifically cannot carry, Jeff, you should just assume we have taken it. I will gladly
Yeah.
take the compad. I will.
Have
we
you
can,
guys
like,
kept
figure
track of
out-
the things
yeah.
on?
I came in here mostly empty, specifically for.
I mean, a lot of these things I wouldn't really necessarily like. They're less.
Wedding ring, remote, keys and launch code for a ship. Compad, that's probably going to be an encumbrance because compads usually aren't they? Or no?
Yeah, they are. Because encumbrance is a little weird in this. It's just to make you have to manage your inventory a little bit. So also,
One, I'm assuming? Encumbrance?
yes.
Compad? Okay.
Also, the Mobots are also one encumbrance. You package them together.
Oh, they can be stacked.
Yeah, they can.
Excellent.
But like the wedding ring, the keys to the fighter.
You know, I'm
are
actually
not
also going to take the 15 minutes to fix me, and then that'll get rid of my last pre-tech spare part, so I will have more.
Okay, you're doing this now?
I mean, maybe not. Inventory management is very, very hard.
Okay,
Keep
so
going.
Micah is heading in first,
Yes, sir.
followed by, I assume, Nona and Alex, followed up by Claire.
I think, well, is Leggett coming with us?
Leggett will
Yeah.
say, I think that it's going to be dangerous in there. Perhaps I stay behind this wall until things are cleared in there, because it's very clear that Terra wouldn't kill herself. So she might be in there, and the only reason why she would change her form would be to kill us.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure that I have fully...
Got it.
I believe I've lost
you're
one of
totally fine. You're
my
allowed to.
9 lives today. I would rather not
Nona's
lose
gonna
the other
give
8.
him the Mobot remote and say, "You be nice to them, okay?"
Oh, yes, of course.
But if anybody tries to kill you,
I press the button and say, defend me.
yes,
I see.
Good.
All right.
good.
We got rid of everything in this area, right? So he should be fine to stay.
Don't open that
you just hear
door.
I don't know that.
Just that one.
window.
The other room that you
That's
guys
also
are
very
in.
right. Good call out. Good call out. Do not open that door. There is a very drugged, very angry crime against nature over there.
So, Micah leading the way. Nona, Alex, Claire leading up rear.
Leggett staying home.
Leggett staying home in the core room.
I swear to God, if you Jeff,
I'ma
if you
kill him
kill
off
this
stage.
man, you kill him off screen after I gave him my new robot toys, so I don't have those going into the boss fight. This is my trade-off, okay?
I'm going to destroy
Look at me.
those toys too.
Look at me.
I'm going to kill everything.
Look at me. He's had a bad day. You leave him alone.
Okay.
He's
So
just a boy.
He's just a boy.
he's a man who can take care of him.
No,
He's a
not.
grown ass
Don't
man.
even finish that sentence. You know that ain't right.
Micah, in
Yes?
front of you, you look in and a cool, dank air hits you in the face.
Hell yeah, episode
Nice.
69.
420. In front of you is what is clearly a makeshift room, but it is big. The walls are made of earth and rocks. No more of the metal chrome paneling that you saw in the rest of the facility. The room is poorly lit with a few bare bulbs dangling from the ceiling. Along the sides of this makeshift room are various salvaged electronics hooked up haphazardly, but very clearly, based on the buzzing sound and the flickering displays, still operational. A fighter-class ship sits in the far corner underneath a massive metal hatch. This place is big, guys.
I got it.
It's big and open.
We could have 4 ships.
Next to the fighter at the far end of this room are 5 pods with some kind of figures underneath a faded glass. The largest pod, nearly half as large as the others, whirls to life and the doors start to open.
Did we just close them and we push it back
No.
down to the
Open fire.
What do you do immediately?
Well, I'm actually going to go looking around for a transmitter, I think.
So Micah looks in and just sees this door start to open. Noah says, "Oh, look at this over here," and just starts to walk away.
Well, okay, let me talk you through my
Fair
thinking
enough.
here. Terra has a tendency to use zombies. Those zombies hit very, very hard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what
This
you're
is
going for.
probably them. I can walk up and go get hit by one of the zombies, or I can attempt to figure out a way to take away her control of
I
all
see.
of the zombies.
So you're
This is the goal.
you're starting to kind of like gauge the situation, see if any of these things are a transceiver.
Yeah.
Like, immediately as this thing starts to open. Okay, so that's what you're going to do.
That's
I'll ask
my-
something of you in a bit. Micah, what are you doing?
Okay, so if the door to this pod is opening, can I grab that with telekinetic manipulation and just try to shut it back?
You sure can.
I love that. I love that so much.
And I'll also like try and walk closer to it to see what's there, but I want to close it first.
Okay.
Oh, do you not already
So-
know?
Yeah, it's good to see things
It's good to
with
check.
your own eyes.
And Alex, what are you doing?
We didn't decide who had the sniper rifle, right?
I kept offering and nobody took it.
We talked about taking it. But
Yeah, we
so
took it.
Alex will have taken it,
Okay.
and we'll be looking through the scope at the doors to see if he can get eyes on what's coming out.
I see. So you're gonna keep your distance towards the backs and just scope things.
Yeah,
out.
it's mostly because it's like available and a way to get eyes on something, eyes on the target,
Okay.
and potentially a bullet.
On the target.
And Claire is going to stay towards the back as well, training
Okay.
her mag pistol on this now struggling pod. Nona, can you make a quick int fix check to identify things?
Okay. I'm okay with those. Okay, that is much better. Good job, yellow dice. Int fix. That is a 12.
This you look at the wiring here,
Mm-hmm.
and it does seem to be like some kind of transceiver of some description, but you know that like that's weird because normally in order to send things like great distances, you need to have something tall that looks up over the horizon. And as you like have this thought pass through your mind, you see the wires and where they all kind of start going towards, and there seem to be bundles and bundles that go up through the roof of this makeshift building up towards the top of something, possibly the structure itself. And you see that you are in the middle of the transceiver right now. You are there.
Mm-hmm.
It is everywhere around you.
Got it.
So that's what you know right now.
Cool.
Now, Micah, what is the how much pressure can you put on?
Oh god, this type is very tiny. I think I can manipulate it as if with 2 hands. I can affect up to 800 kilograms and move it up to 20 meters per round. It doesn't say explicitly like how much force per inch or anything.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to make an opposed skill check.
Okay.
So I'm going to want you to use your con telekinesis skill check.
Okay.
And whatever's in here is going to do another skill check.
That was really good.
Okay.
13.
All right. So
I'm sorry, 15.
yeah, you do quite well. So you start pushing and pushing, and you feel the whir that's going on. There seems to be multiple places where the door to this pod is trying to get flexed open. The power that you have allows you to understand like the different forces on objects quite well. And you know that there isn't something that's trying to like pry this open, probably the controls itself, but then there's something a lot stronger pushing on the glass itself. And so much so that these two opposing forces of you pushing down and it pushing up, you see the glass and it starts to snap and crack here and there. But it does not open. Do you continue approaching?
Can I see through the glass from where I am?
You make out a large figure. There is a soft glow from the center of it. But that's the only thing that you can make out right now.
Okay.
Does Alex have any better view, or is it pretty much the same but through cracked glass?
It's basically the same. In fact, Micah might have a slightly better view because she's closer.
Okay. I think I'm not going to approach any closer right now. Like keep a respectable distance and change my I-beam for my rifle and keep it trained on it if it's this big, strong thing that I can feel pushing against my telekinetic push.
Okay. And Nona, I assume you want to start doing a thing now.
Yeah, my goal is to shut this thing down. If like I acknowledge, as we've discussed in the past, that like things might be feral, but our goal was coming here and stopping her from murdering everybody with a coordinated wave of we've opened all the doors and now death descends. So I think we want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily sure by your description whether I need to go up to do that or if I can do that from here.
You're just noticing that there's a lot of technology here that is very clearly like for processing signals and sending out signals.
Yeah.
What you've surmised is that it's possible this wiring went up to the tippy top of this structure itself, but this is still where the brain
broadcast happens from.
And
Up to you. What can I do with my frequency jammer?
so you can go to the so for the frequency jammer, you could try and search for the frequency and then try and jam it specifically in this area. No, can you make an int program check?
I got an 11.
All right. So, Nona, you take a look at this whole situation, this setup here, and you're like, I know that my frequency jammer, it can do localized damage to this signal. It can kind of cancel it out in an area, but it's only so powerful.
Sure.
So that range can only go so far. But
I'm standing next to a giant satellite dish.
exactly. And so you're like, huh. You take a look at your frequency jammer, and you take a look at this mess of wires in front of you, and you say, I think I could hook up my frequency jammer to this and just cancel it out as far as it goes.
Let's do that. I like that plan.
And so you, Alex and Micah and Claire, all just see Nona just take out her jammer and just start furiously putting things together, pulling things out of some sockets and putting them into that one, coding a little bit on some of the displays. And Micah, after you've backed up a little bit, but still holding this pressure on this pod, you see a red light. And at first it doesn't look like anything special. It's just now a red light. You see the figure is very clearly something quite large. He seems to be wearing some kind of armor.
You're just loving this, aren't you, Jeffrey?
Stop it. Give me my moment.
Okay, sorry. We're all gonna die.
And as this red light gets bigger and bigger, you see just these wisps start to come off the front of it until you get this very acrid smell of this glass just starting to melt. Oh. And then once more, Micah, you feel one more jolt against this, and the entire glass shatters. A figure steps out of it. Standing before you is the largest Ursum you have ever met before. The mechanism at the corner of his mouth is unmistakable with the black and white fur. It's Pycleides. But he's changed. A spider web of blue veins pulse from under his matted fur. His head tilts forward at an unnatural angle, and his armor barely seems to fit anymore, as you see a glowing blue-violet crystal coming from the gaps in his armor. His eyes and upside-down triangle on his chest have that same blue-violet glow. And you hear in a voice that sounds like two beings overlaid with one another. Well, hello. And that is where we'll end today's episode.
We can talk.
This isn't even my final form.
I got at least 12 others stored in the back.
But can he sing? Can he love?
I'm pretty sure the answer to the last one is a resounding no.
Well, if you ask.
And does he
It's
know?
not a him, it's a her.
It's a them, I'll have you know.
No, I don't. Like, maybe if, like, he also made a deal and they're in on this together, but no, that's some neat puppetry, Jeff. You know
fair.
it.
That's very fair.
Episode 69. To be